Hey guys, welcome to day 43 of 365 days of posting my life. Well, today you don't get a whole lot of my life. I was working my butt off to finish the Valentine's Haunt. The camera was dying. I missed shots that I hit record on. I was just working faster than my brain could record. So I need a camera crew to follow me on a day like that. It's crazy. The Valentine's Haunt is going to be incredible, and I can't wait for you guys to all experience it. But because we've talked about it the last 2 days and I've showed you the progress, I'm just going to wait until you can see the finished thing, and we'll do a nice walkthrough the night of, because that's right now it's just getting a little too close to keep wanting to show spoilers. I mean, it's harder and harder for me to give it away, but I did shoot a whole thing with the costumes and the characters, and I got a bunch of the minors in costumes, and I'm just not going to post it. I'll post it afterwards because it's a lot of a spoiler, and it's also incomplete because of how fast I was working. Anyway, tomorrow is Friday the 13th, and right now I am headed to pick up 20 machetes. I'm going to bloody up those machetes and have them here for Warrington Gillette to sign. Jason Voorhees, unmasked, when Jason jumps through the window, Friday the 13th part 2, first time we ever see adult Jason Voorhees unmasked is Warrington Gillette, and he is coming, and he is going to sign machetes and photos, and it's going to be a blast. If you guys are in the Las Vegas area, you're not going to want to miss this. We have a full day. We are going to have Warrington Gillette signing noon to 4. And then I'm putting him into his makeup that I created for his costume photo ops for the conventions. And we're going to go inside the haunt and do a special Friday the 13th scene in costume photo op. That is going to be incredible. And then at 6 p.m., we are filling up the theater in here to show Friday the 13th part 2 on the big screen. Warrington is going to come introduce it, do a Q&A, and we're going to play the movie. I am so excited. I was uber grumpy that I didn't have today's video done. We usually try to finish these up in time to get them edited quick and be able to just post it. And as the clock kept ticking and I'm working and I'm putting screws into my fingers and I'm getting paint in my eyes, I was like, I have got to get this video done so we can get it up, because I have so much to do tonight with the Jason Voorhees stuff for tomorrow, because I was so worried about the Valentine Haunt that I just started thinking. I was like, man, tomorrow Jason Voorhees is going to be in my house. He's going to be in my monster museum. I have Jason Voorhees, as you can see. Jason, our boy Jason back there. And there's about 5 more Jasons in this room. We got a lot of Jasons. But the actual character actor, stuntman, who jumped through that window, who scared the daylights out of young Tommy, is going to be here tomorrow. And I've known Warrington for years. He's been here before. I'm the first person to ever life cast him. Me and him go back a couple years, 4 years now. But it doesn't always set in that my childhood dream has been achieved and surpassed. I never in my life would have thought that I know of the remaining Jasons: Doug Tate, Kane Hodder, CJ Graham, Warrington. I met Ted White before he passed. I wouldn't call him my friend, but I met him. These people are near and dear to my heart. Kane and I, these are costumes that I made for Kane Hodder, part 7. This is a part 9, Jason Goes to Hell. Back here we have the part 8 with Perma Wet. This is a special part 7 made out of John Carl Beekler's molds. Uber Jason, this suit I built for Kane, and he wears this at conventions. All these Jasons, and I have become friends with them. In my movie, Teddy Told Me To, we have CJ Graham, Jason from part 6, as well as Warrington Gillette from part 2, appear in my movie, in my directorial debut. CJ hands the blade over to Jimmy's character, and basically that was me saying, I'm handing the reins. My slasher reins have been handed to this film, and Warrington gets killed, meaning that Teddy killed Jason. I never in my wildest dreams. I'm a Jason guy. You know, there's a Freddy guys and Jason guys. Of course, I love Nightmare on Elm Street, but I was always a Jason guy. I always had the Jason belt buckle, and I love Jason Voorhees. I've talked about it a million times in my life. And actually, winning Teddy Told Me To on Face Off, the challenge, episode 4, the guest judge was Sean Cunningham, the creator of Friday the 13th. It meant so much to me. So I've never worked on a Friday the 13th movie, but I've been in and with around the Friday the 13th circle. I've made these costumes for the photo ops, for conventions, and it has been so special to be a part of Friday the 13th history. I just want to talk a little bit about my favorite Friday the 13th and why. A lot of people think that I love Friday the 13th Part 7. I do. John Carver Buechler is one of my favorite directors, one of my favorite makeup effects artists. I love Kane Hodder as Jason. Part 7 was awesome, but not my favorite. I absolutely love Friday the 13th Part 4. Friday the 13th Part 4 was a movie that came at the right time for me. I saw it when I was about 12 years old. I saw it at Mike Fisher's house. The same day I saw Friday the 13th Part 4, I saw Sleepaway Camp 2. And it's funny because in every interview about Teddy Told Me To, anybody asks me my inspirations, it's Friday the 13th Part 4 and Sleepaway Camp 2. And I saw them both the same night, the same day. And Friday the 13th Part 4 was so incredible because there's a little kid named Tommy Jarvis. And little Tommy wants to be a makeup effects artist. And he's making masks in his bedroom. And he's making little puppets and rah, rah. And I actually used to have a VHS recorded off of USA that had way more of the puppet work and the stuff with Tommy Jarvis cutting his fingers off and doing little makeup effects. Wherever there was nudity in the movie or obscene violence that they had to edit for TV, they added in these cool shots of Corey Feldman as Tommy Jarvis making monsters and doing monster stuff. And it was so fascinating to me. And I was making monsters in my room or trying to. But then I got better at it. I got better at mask making. I got better at prop building. And I thought of myself as little Tommy Jarvis. And I wanted to go on to be a Hollywood effects artist. And Tommy wins the battle with Jason Voorhees through makeup effects. He transforms himself. He shaves his head. And it's all straggly hair. And he puts black around his eyes. And he goes downstairs and he says, "Jason, Mommy's talking to you." Or whatever he says. No. I'm sorry, Trish, his sister, who I was madly in love with, is Jason, Mommy's talking to you, Jason. And she's distracting Jason. And then Tommy Jarvis comes out as young Jason, all dressed up, starts slashing. Die, die. And I was like, this is wild. This movie, this hero's journey of this little boy who's making monsters and then becomes the monster, that hit me. And that movie was so, I think director Joe Zito was amazing. And also the makeup effects for Jason Part 4, where they brought back Tom Savini. Before Tom Savini, Greg Canham had the job, and he had a crew. Jill Rockow, Matthew Mungle, I think John Jackson, a bunch of the people I ended up having as teachers. Jill Rockow was one of my teachers in makeup school. Matthew Mungle was my mentor at WM Creations. John Jackson was in and out of there as well. These people all worked on Part 4 before Greg Canham got let go, and they replaced him with Tom Savini. And when Tom Savini came in, he had his own crew, but some of those guys stayed on. And I got to hear such great stories from the set. And it was amazing because that is the movie that kind of like, I was a little kid at the same age as that little kid and making those monsters. And my dream was to go on to make monsters. And now look at all the Jasons I make, you know. But here's a fun piece of Monster Museum trivia that not everybody knows. This Jason right here is our Jason from Part 4. Is you can see where he gets the machete cut through his hand in the movie, and then it hits him in the head. He's got the head hit part. And I did not make this Jason. This was sculpted by a friend of mine named Justin Mabry, and Justin is an owner, one of the guys that runs Trick or Treat Studios, the mask company. And this is one of very few items in Tom Devlin's Monster Museum that Tom Devlin did not make. Now, of course, we give Justin full credit for this character. We have a whole board here. I'm not trying to say that I made it, but this is some pictures of Savini working on the appliance, the original appliance. And then in here, it talks about Unmasked Jason from Part 4, Ted White. This is my favorite Jason Voorhees. I love them all. So it's kind of bittersweet. I didn't make that Jason. Although I wish I did. I have made Jason from Part 4. But there's just something so beautiful about that sculpture when I first saw it. And I asked if he minded if I put it in the museum when he gifted it to me. And he was like, yeah, go ahead, man. No problem. And so I did. But it's an interesting thing. In this room full of Jasons, that's the one that I did not make. Now, with that being said, there's some Jasons that aren't in here. And it's not because I don't like those movies. It's because I haven't got around to it yet. The Derek Mears remake Jason, I do not have represented. I need to get that in here. I actually really love Derek Mears as Jason. Let me show you this. This is a Jason Voorhees from John Carl Buechler's original movie molds. Me and Justin Mabry teamed up on this, and we created this for a horror convention for a photo op. The teeth are separate. They're from the movie mold as well. And then this is from a movie mold. This is a machete from pre-Uber Jason X. So yeah, there's a shot of Kane right there with me in the Part 8 costume. This is the Part 8 costume right here. He used to wear that at the conventions. I just realized something too that is so serendipitous, and this is the first time I've ever noticed it. This right here was the first autograph poster I ever got from Kane Hodder. First autograph. This had to be 1990, I don't know, 97, 98. And it says, Tom, see you in hell, Kane Hodder. The last autograph I got from Kane, I saw it. We were together at Texas Frightmare, I think it was. It could have been, I think it was Texas Frightmare. And I had this old Jason Goes to Hell mask from one of my early YouTube videos that was cracked and broken and stuff. And I said, hey, Kane, sign this for me. And he wrote, to Tom, to hell and back, on that mask. And I'm sitting here right here doing this interview. And it says right here, hey, Tom, see you in hell. He wrote that when I was like 15 years old, 16 years old. And now at 44, I have an autograph from him on a mask that says, Tom, to hell and back. That's pretty deep. Like, to think about that right now. I mean, I'm just sitting here, I just discovered this. I was going to show you guys my poster, and I was like, oh, see you in hell. And I have the lady, I'll have to get a shot of the mask. It's at my house, but it says to hell and back. Like, we went to hell, we saw each other, and here we are, we're still going. So happy Friday 13th, everybody. Tomorrow, Friday 13th, we have a big event here at the Monster Museum. I'm a huge fan of the series. I love campy horror films. Actually, when I was a kid, I thought the word camp, like when you say a campy horror film, I thought it meant because it was at camp, like Friday the 13th. But I hope you guys enjoy your Friday the 13th. There's a lot of them this year. This year has like the most Friday the 13th of any. And, if you're out there getting your Friday the 13th tattoos or whatever it is, send me an image. I'd love to see. If you guys are out there in Las Vegas area, come out and meet Warrington. Stay for the movie. If you guys are looking for something to do on Valentine's night, come to the My Bloody Valentine Haunted House. And until the actual Friday the 13th, I will see you tomorrow.